Hello guys, this is going to be a very unusual video because I have planned a very interesting thing to do. It will be, I don't know what the execution will turn out to be, but I want to tell you right now, just from the get-go, that this video is going to be dedicated to the question, who has been thus far the biggest villain in season 7 of Game of Thrones. So if you have watched my previous content, I have expressed my concern over some of the character development of characters like Arya and Euron and Jon Snow and Daenerys, especially Daenerys and Arya. Because Arya in the books is a very, very interesting character, but they have kind of ruined it in the show. So if we're talking season 6, the previous one, the biggest villain there was, without a shadow of a doubt, Cersei Lannister, who became the Mad Queen after burning after burning the Sept of Baelor and killing a massive number of people there. The reason she became one of the most hated villains in the Seven Kingdoms was because of her struggle for power. Cersei loves power more than anything in the world right now. When her kids were alive, when her children were still breathing, still, she loved them the most. If you read George R. R. Martin's Song of Ice and Fire books, George Martin says that he points out that the only redeeming quality of Cersei was her huge love, enormous love for her children. But now she has lost them all, and yeah, she is one of the worst human characters that we see in Game of Thrones on the TV show. But season 7 was a different kind of fish. Firstly, I thought that the Night's King was going to turn out to be one of the biggest villains in the show, because yeah, he's made from ice and he doesn't talk. He only murders people without any significant reason at all. But no, the Night's King is not the biggest villain, because and I'm going to tell you why. First reason, the first argument that I'm gonna use right now is because we don't know the aim, the purpose, the goal that the White Walkers do follow, that they want to achieve. We don't know their end game. So if we don't know what they want, we can't assume, right? It won't be justified to say that their leader is a villain, that their leader is not a bad man, because he's undead. That undead, immortal, icy character who loves killing dragons with, I don't know, in a very easy way. So no, we can't be sure that the Night's King is the biggest villain in the show. We'll know that in the end, when we understand what's the reasoning behind the White Walker's conquest. Then, in the list of characters, bad man, we have Euron Greyjoy, who has killed the two of the Sand Snakes. I think he has captured as a prisoner Yara, and Yara Greyjoy. Numerous times he has made fun of Theon, which is hilarious. But no, Euron is not the biggest villain in the show. My prediction was back in after seeing the last episode of season 6 that Euron is gonna be a very, very bad man who is going to make all kind of hideous things. But he did not. He isn't portrayed as the magical character as in the books. George R. R. Martin loves that character. He possesses some magical powers, and he's kind of awesome. But in the TV series, he has appeared only, I think, in two episodes, maybe, or I don't know. But he's rather lackluster character, and he isn't the biggest villain. If you don't agree with me, just take a look at Ramsey Bolton. Ramsey, he was a very very bad man. You can't compare Euron to Ramsey, even though they wanted to portray him as a substitute to Ramsey Bolton. But no, it's not working. And we have Daenerys. Yeah. Personally, I don't like Daenerys. I think that she's boring, that she's a very, very disturbing, annoying bitch that I will be happy to see murdered. I'm sorry if I'm offending her fans, but I really don't give a shit. So yeah, sorry. Problem is the showrunners don't view Daenerys as a villain. She's the conqueror who wants to obtain the her birthright, the Iron Throne of Westeros. She won't do that. She's gonna be killed. Yeah. Then Sansa Stark comes. Is she going to betray her bastard of brother Jon Snow? Is she going to fuck Littlefinger? That were one of the biggest questions heading into this season 7. But she did not any of this stuff. She's going to ally herself with Arya. The two sisters are going to join forces. So no, Sansa isn't going bad. So you can ask me that I haven't reviewed Cersei Lannister's behavior this season, and Cersei hasn't done many things. Of course, she has sent many men to her their own death. The troops of Lannisters were destroyed by Daenerys at the episode 4, the Field of Fire. But Cersei this season is playing just a game of I don't know. She's very depressed because she knows that she's going to win to lose, sorry, the Iron Throne. But that was in the start. Then she got pregnant by Jaime, and right now they're trying to express her character as a more human one. In comparison with the Night King, she's not this big of a villain, but I think we have to wait for the last episode in order to conclude if Cersei is going to win that prize, the biggest villain, again in season 7. But problem is, right now, there is no huge villain. That's why I personally think that season 7 is not one of the best TV shows that we have seen. It's not a good season. There were some very good, there were some awesome cinematographic. It was awesome to see that the dragon was killed by the Night King. The the Field of Fire battle, then the war, the struggle for power, the story for all of that story that we see in Winterfell, the drama between evolves between Sansa and Littlefinger, Arya, but it's not as great as in the books. So there can't be a big villain if there is no compelling story. And right now in the TV show, the story sucks. Yeah, it sucks. We the TV viewers want to see Daenerys bang Jon Snow. It's Is it all about that? No, I don't think so. Yeah. So the truth hurts, but I think that there is still hope for Game of Thrones. Probably not a big. The hope isn't very big, but I'm going to stick out viewing the show. So we'll see what's going to happen in the last episode. I think that they can fix some things if they kill the right characters and if they don't kill the ones who matter. We'll see what will happen, but there is no real villain in Game of Thrones right now. The villains are the producers.